Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Scorpio Caesar once again, and today I want to do something a little different. I want to help you all out. If you're a fan like me of collecting physical games from the past of yesteryear and the many great titles that are out there, from secondhand shops, you get them from claim sellers, eBay, listen, chances are a dud is going to slip by and you're going to wind up with something like this. Look at this one. Front label's completely screwed, but look at that label on top. That sticker residue right there, all that sticker that isn't easy to peel off, we can get rid of that. You ever get permanent marker on any of your cartridges? We can get rid of that. Of course, the infamous GameStop labels that you try to peel off with so much care and you still can't get them off 100%. Well, Uncle Caesar is here to help you because I've picked up many methods throughout the years onto how to clean these games up with other people's influences as well, and I've mixed them with my own. I want to help you out, so let's clean these games up. Here's an example of some of the games I'm going to be taking a look at and cleaning up, and it's pretty easy to do. You just need a few things and we'll get to it. So once again, welcome to the Caesar Arcade.
Get ready.
So for today's video, we're going to be using the following. I got a ShopRite branded of disinfecting wipes, fresh scented. You could get those any scent, whichever you prefer. I prefer unscented because the smell kind of gets to me after a while. Speaking of smell getting to me, here we have solvent thinner, also known as rubber cement remover. And yeah, this is also very good for removing labels, which you'll see in today's video. Here we have the GOAT, of course, 99% isopropyl alcohol, and that is a necessity when it comes to cleaning. Now for cartridge pins, we're going to be using a combination of isopropyl alcohol and these high polymer erasers, the white ones. Yes, I got this in a 3-pack at ShopRite. It was only like $4 and something cents. Those are very helpful for removing some of the grime on those cartridges and pins. Here, of course, Q-tips. Those are a necessity to be used alongside the isopropyl alcohol. Here we have a screwdriver here. It's a Phillips head. This is a very small one. It's 2.0. If you have ever purchased a Joy-Con replacement set, you probably got a ton of these. And that is what I have. And also a Game Bit screwdriver. You could get a set of these. The big ones and the small ones from Amazon for around $8 or something. And of course, some paper towels. As long as it's absorbent, we're going to be using that. So, let's see what we're cleaning today. You know, as I continue down the retro gaming rabbit hole, that is collecting video games from the past, from 5th, 6th, 4th generation of consoles, I find myself dealing with situations like this. Like a PlayStation CD case is covered with absolute tons of stickers, and also even a GameCube case that's covered with visible grime, as you can see here in the light. It's something that you can't see right away, but it's definitely something you feel. Ugh. And then we have the good old-fashioned GameStop sticker labels that, if you're like me, you can't stand these labels. This one is from 2008. That's going to be a pain in the balls to pull off. Here we have a label that just refuses to come off cleanly, and yeah, it's an eyesore. Not to mention, the pins on this cartridge are probably dirty, and if your cartridge pins are dirty, you can bet your ass your console is not going to want to read that game. Here we have Star Tropics on the NES. I wasn't expecting to open this one up, but considering I got it in a claim sale months ago, probably at a year at this point, I want to check to see if those pins are dirty. No, there are 3 Game Bit screws on the back of these usually. Cartridges are huge. Yet when you look at the actual motherboard, it's so small. You see? Alright, so I'm gonna quickly run another pass on these pins with some of that isopropyl alcohol, of course. Ooh, this has a save battery. Wonder if that save battery is still functional. And I know the intro for this video has been pretty long as it is, but there will be chapters during this video to help you navigate along. Alright, Q-tip is looking nice and clean. Put that motherboard back in. Once again, 2 hinges at the top of the NES cartridges to clip on, close it up, and screw it all back together. We're back in business, baby. Alright, we got some Super Nintendo cartridges here that I just want to open up and quickly take a look at. Super Nintendo cartridges are pretty darn easy to open up. You just need that game bit screwdriver. Here we have Super Mario World's motherboard. Doesn't look too bad, but it does look like it could use a little bit of a cleaning. For this one, we're going to use the high polymer eraser once again, and just start giving those pins a good rub. And just to know, the reason why we use a high polymer eraser here is because it's non-abrasive and it's good at getting some of that grime that builds up over time off the pins. You're not hurting the cartridge by doing this, just don't put too much force into it. Now we're going to hit it up with some IPA. Alright, now that's all done. Very little grime, like I said, very little dirt. Let's put it back in. Alright. On the top of the cartridges are those 2 little hinges there that kind of just settle right in. And let's put these back together. Is back in business. Let's set that aside. I want to quickly take a look at Power Rangers next. And let's just take our Q-tip and check those pins real fast. It's a great way to just get a head count as to how dirty these pins can be, rather than having to open everything up. Not a whole lot of dirt on that one, so I think we'll be fine. I want to take a look at is this copy of Mission Impossible. In the rare case, the label is actually in tip-top shape. Doesn't look too bad. There is some grime on the actual cartridge, however, and of course that label is in the way. I'm sure the pins are also quite dirty, so we're going to take a look at that. And the back, you can see more grime and some dirt buildup. That should be easy to remove, however, so let's get to it. Let's start by undoing these screws with the game bit screwdriver. So alright, now that we got those screws out of the way, look, this is quite simple. I know a lot of people are deathly afraid of probably opening these up. That's okay. I was too, but it's real simple. Look at that. You just pull it apart, and there. The back piece is off. On the inside, you get this metal shielding that helps protect the motherboard of the game. I don't even think I need the eraser in this case, but I do want to touch them up with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. Okay, do you see any dirt whatsoever on this Q-tip? Nope, can't say that I have. Let's turn it around because there's always 2 sides of the story. With the pins, you could remove that. In terms of the pins, we're just going to rub it down once again with some isopropyl alcohol. And yeah, let's look at this, rub it up, and we should be good to go. Now we're seeing a little bit more dirt on the Q-tip. Very faint, it's a little gray, but it is there. And that's good. That means that opening this up and cleaning it was a good idea. But in particular, this cartridge is in tip-top shape. We're gonna actually put that little plastic piece back on and set this aside so it could dry. And isopropyl alcohol dries real fast, so don't worry about that. Now we're gonna pull off the other shielding on the front piece of the game cartridge because we need to remove that. Now my suggestion when dealing with this rubber cement remover is that you're well ventilated. Unlike me, you take a little dab of it on the Q-tip and you just soak that label up. Careful not to touch the actual cartridge's label, just that sticker that's been there. Alright, Take a little more maybe. And I gotta thank Dean Thompson from Escape to Gaming for this suggestion he made in one of his videos, and it's a game changer, I swear. I'll never remove labels the old school way ever again. So let that sit there for a minute. Let it soak up all the rubber cement remover juices. I got this also included in one of those Joy-Con replacement kits, and let's see how easy this label is to remove now. Still a little stubborn, so we're gonna put some more rubber cement remover on that. You wanna remove this label while the rubber cement remover is soaking up in that sticker. Not the cleanest, but it is progress nonetheless. We're gonna put a little bit more on there and see if we can get the entire thing off. Alright, Houston, I think we have liftoff. Now, most of the sticker residue is off, however, there is still some left in there. So what we're gonna do is take some rubber cement remover on a paper towel and try to buff that off. And look at that. For the most part, I'd say that looks pretty clean to me. No more sticker residue on there, and mission success. Not mission impossible. So the rest of this cartridge still has some of that dirt that we mentioned earlier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some isopropyl alcohol on a paper towel and just rub it out. There we go. Now, in some cases, you might not want to open that cartridge up, or you might just not have the tools for it. And with that, you can still get to the pins from underneath. Just take that Q-tip filled with isopropyl alcohol and start giving those pins a rub down. Alright, so let's see. It looks like the pins on this Star Fox 64 that I got in a recent claim sale. Oh, what's that? Oh no. We got some dirt. So apparently one side is cleaner than the other. And in this case, I'll do exactly what I did with the Mission Impossible cartridge and just open it up, get that polymer eraser in there, scrub it down, and then with some isopropyl alcohol, we're good to go. Now over here we have an extreme case of really bad label removal on this Buck Bumble. As you can see, the artwork is already torn, but we don't want to do any further damage to it while removing this sticker or whatever this label is on the very tippy top. So what we're gonna do is grab some of that Bestine solvent and thinner once again, that rubber cement remover, take it on a cotton swab and just saturate that sticker on top. Be very careful here on this side. We're going to start here and work our way down to the back. So just get some of that, get a lot of it in there so that it soaks it all up nice and saturated. We're going to grab this piece once again and start chipping away at it. Just like butter. Yeah, I know there's some residue left on there. Don't worry, we'll get to that. And saturate the very top of the label. The sticker soaks it all up. And start going at it. things are looking a lot better and a lot smoother. And no sticky residue left over. Here we have another N64 game with a sticker on the front label. And I know this cartridge has seen better days. It looks like it has some tan lines going on there, but that's something you gotta retrobite. I can't do that because I don't have the equipment for it, but I do want to get rid of this label without damaging the actual cartridge label. Once again, we're going to use some of that Bestine solvent and thinner, and I know what you're thinking. This is not smart considering that this is used to remove labels, but there's a trick to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some of that solvent and thinner on top of the actual label we want to remove, not the label of the game. And you'll see what I mean. Apply it on top and around the edges of that label. And you're going to see it's starting to get a little more translucent as we do so. So now that we have some of that on there, we're going to take this tool and just gently kind of lift that label up. And if we do this right, we can do this without actually destroying the label on the cartridge. So we could do this just enough to get something to pull off and get some leverage off that label. See that? Making progress. At this step, what we're gonna do is take some more of that solvent and thinner and just apply it to the area that we're peeling. We're almost at the end, so what I'm going to do is put some more of that solvent and thinner on the other side, the very tip, because you know usually the last piece always rips off. When it rips off, it usually takes something with it. We don't want that to happen, so we're going to weaken that part as well. The clear part of the sticker also came off just now, so that's always good. And let's apply that. So you can see we still have a thin layer of adhesive on that front label, but that's nothing the solvent and thinner won't take care of, so all you gotta do is just rub against it. Do note, by going this extra step, you are risking removing some of the ink from the label of the cartridge, so be careful. I don't actually recommend going this far, but it's up to you at the end of the day. And to finish it off, I usually take my microfiber cloth with a little bit of that solvent on there and just rub it. And just like that, you can see no more residue. Of course, you can see where it was because this label is obviously faded, but with that protective layer of that sticker on top, that is how it will look, unharmed from the sun's rays. So yeah, got that one taken care of. Okay, here we have another N64 cartridge. I thought this one was fine until I turned it around and realized, who is Velasco? I personally don't know, and I don't care. Sorry, Velasco, but we're gonna have to remove all that nasty marker and highlighter ink off the cartridge. So let's get to it. Now, to get a lot of this off, it's really quite simple. All you really need is isopropyl alcohol. Once again, that IPA comes in clutch, along with a Q-tip and a paper towel. However, you're going to see that not all of this is going to get out right away, so you're probably going to have to take multiple passes. The IPA is taking a while and a lot of elbow grease to get this one out, so I'm gonna have to resort to Magic Eraser. Okay, last resort, here goes nothing. Damn you, Velasco. Anyways, yeah, so we used Magic Eraser, and this is a good opportunity to show you why I prefer not to use it unless I really have to. And when you go hard with it, it is an abrasive, so you will notice that the cartridge is a bit smoother there compared to other areas, but it's the back of the cartridge, who really cares, right? We have this, oh boy, you got some work to do. First off, what I'm gonna do is remove that, remove the manual. As in most cases, there's a crack there on the actual CD case cover, but we're not too worried about that. We wanna get these stickers off. Sure, it's got a crack, but there you have it. Clean. Very nice. Well, looky what we have here. The dreaded GameStop sticker. This one's from 2008, like we said before. So let's get this one off. You know what to do. Remove the cover art and the manual. You can keep the disc in there if you're feeling lucky. But for me personally, I'm okay with this staying in there. But this label has got to go. Get that rubber cement remover all up in there. I don't know, personally I just think this works better. I think Dean Thompson was right when he showed off this method. And if you haven't checked out Escape to Gaming, definitely do that. Love that guy's channel, been watching him for years. No exceptions, let's get to it. GameStop labels are probably easier to remove. They're pretty strong labels. Usually keep their form factor pretty well. The white ones more so than the yellow ones. The white ones are the more recent ones, while the yellow ones were a little bit on the earlier side back when I used to work at GameStop. But as you can see, it's coming off pretty easily, but it is leaving residue underneath, which is, well, that's what I came to you for. So let's apply some more. Now sometimes this happens, like I said, especially with the older labels, but it also happens when they double up on labels, and that's always a pain once they do that. We should be able to get these off no problem. Never use Goo Gone for this, ever, please. I've had bad experiences using Goo Gone before, and that stuff just smells weird. I mean, this stuff doesn't even smell that much better, but at least it doesn't have that nasty, weird orange flavor to it. Once again, get some rubber cement remover on that paper towel, and wipe it, rub it down. And there you go. It's like it was never there. So I just recently got this in a claim sale. It is one of the rarer cover variants for Midway Arcade Treasures 1. And well, the game is fine, works just fine. The cover art is in good shape. However, the outer case, the plastic on the case, yeah, you can see it looks really grimy. So first things first, what we want to do is remove any paper and the disc, which is still my GameCube, and we're also going to remove the cover art. The most important piece to remove is the cover art. When you're introducing liquids to these, you do not want to get that liquid in those crevices on top or on bottom and affecting the cover art, because, well, then you get moisture damage on the cover art. And if there's anything that I have PTSD, it's moisture damage on cover arts. So we're gonna take one of those disinfecting wipes that we looked at before, fold it over a few times, and just go to town. So let's do it. And this is one of the easier cleans that I'm gonna do because it's just on the outside as far as I can tell. And these wipes do a great job, and not only cleaning but disinfecting as well. So who knows where this game was and who it belonged to before it wound up in my arms or hands. And well, we'll get their juices, so to speak, out of our way, so we don't have to ever deal with that griminess again. Alright. And look at this. Look at this. Can you see that? Let me lower the brightness a little bit. You can just see the dirt and grime on there. Can you see that? Look at that. Oh. Nasty, nasty. Very nasty indeed. And you see here how moisture likes to sneak in whenever there's an opening on the plastic on the bottom or top. That, if you leave the cover art in there, will damage the actual cover art, so you definitely want to dry that properly before you put the cover art back in there and make sure it's fully dried. So let's just open it up all the way. Get that paper towel inside. Make sure we dry it from the outside as well as the inside. Alright, all that. Very simple clean to do. And look at the cover art now. Sure, it's still got scratches here and there. Those are unavoidable. Those happen with age, times on the shelves. But look at that. No more of that nasty residue left. Looks good. Once again. Alright, moving on. More extreme cases of sticker residue. So that's going to be it for today's video. I hope it was helpful for all of you. Remember, anybody could do this. All you need is the right tools and a little bit of patience. And in case you noticed, I didn't really touch on the Mech Assault or the Burnout game is because we removed so many labels. It was going to be redundant anyways. So thanks for watching once again, and I wish you all a good game and good night.